Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video for Resident Evil 1. This is the original 1996 game. This video covers Jill Valentine's side of the scenario. As you may already know, you can pick between two different characters, Chris Redfield or Jill Valentine. Jill being the easier of the two to pick from. This is also the PC version of the game that recently came out on Good Old Games last year, and I'll get more into that in a bit. Since this is the PC version, there's actually a couple bonus weapons that you're able to unlock here that you normally wouldn't get in the PlayStation version, which is unlimited submachine gun for Jill Valentine and unlimited light machine gun for Chris Redfield. I'll actually unlock the infinite rocket launcher in this playthrough. As you may already know, the setting of Resident Evil 1 takes place in a mansion. There's actually 3 different main areas in the game that you will go through. The starting area, of course, is the famous mansion, but ultimately where we need to get through to the end of the game is to the underground laboratory, which is the last area of the game. And in order to get to the laboratory, what we need to do is obtain 2 different medals in order to access the laboratory area, a Eagle medal and a Wolf medal. And one of those medals is actually in the mansion, the other in an underground area, which is the second area. The second area is actually like a outside area, like a garden slash guardhouse area that also has like an underground area to it. Those 2 medals, one of them will be in the second area, the underground area, and the other medal to access the laboratory is actually in a room in the mansion, but in order to get to that room, you would need to get the helmet key. And the helmet key won't be available until the end of the guardhouse area, the second area of the game. Now, to get to that second area from the mansion, the guardhouse area, what we actually need to do is obtain 4 different crests that go into slots, which would unlock the door to that like garden slash guardhouse area. And in order to get those 4 crests, there's actually a couple keys that we need to get in the beginning of the game here. There is a armor key, which is actually the first key that you get as Jill. As Chris, you would get the sword key as the first key, but the sword key isn't necessary for Jill since she has the lockpick. Another key that we need would be the shield key in order to get one of the final crests that are needed in order to get over to the guardhouse area. This is the original version that just came out recently, like last year, on Good Old Games on GOG. So there's a few different versions of the original 1996 Resident Evil 1. The main version would obviously be the original PlayStation 1 version that everyone played. And then after the original PlayStation 1 version, there was a director's cut. And there was also a director's cut DualShock version. With the director's cut, they added a few things into it, such as they finally put in like the auto aim, and they also added like a range mode, or actually a range mode would be the DualShock version. It's called advanced mode in just a regular director's cut. Just so I don't confuse everybody, both director's cuts are PlayStation version. This is the PC version. PC version never had any kind of director's cut for it. There was also a Sega Saturn version that came out. Now, the main difference that I want to point out is that when you play this version, which I'm about to do a walkthrough of, when you play the PC version, like the version that's on Good Old Games on GOG, that was just re-released. It's actually the Japanese version of the game, or rather, I should clarify, it's the Japanese difficulty level. Because of that, it's also an easier version than like the original US PlayStation version. The main difference that you will see when you play as Jill, the first game, as when you start off with, all the item placements are the same. But the biggest difference you'll notice is there aren't any ink ribbons. You could just save your game as many times as you want without using any ink ribbons at the typewriters. But once you start a New Game Plus on here with Jill, though, the difficulty actually increases, and the hunters, for instance, take like 2 acid rounds to go down, which is even harder than like the PlayStation 1 version. So that's why I'll be doing New Game Plus for Jill's scenario, because on PC, New Game Plus is harder. I know it can be kind of confusing with the original Resident Evil games, especially with the director's cut, like arrange modes that they added. Don't even get me started on all the different versions. By versions, I mean, I'm just talking about difficulty versions of like Resident Evil 2 and 3, and then Source Next versions, and then within that, the arrange mode, which is, there's also like an easy and hard version of arrange mode in the PC versions of Resident Evil 2 and 3. Well, the Source Next versions are the Japanese versions, but the ones on Good Old Games on GOG are, I believe, the original US, not the Japanese versions, PC versions. Which I haven't even gotten into to compare them both. And speaking of New Game Plus, normally this cutscene wouldn't play when you select New Game Plus. I actually had to edit in the intro cutscene here, just so you guys weren't staring at the main menu the whole time while I was talking about all the different versions and difficulty levels of Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
This is normally where it'll start on New Game Plus right here after they get to the mansion. And of course, this cutscene is different when you play as Chris. With Chris, instead of Barry, it'll be Jill, Chris, and Wesker right here in this cutscene.
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
Stop it! Don't open that door!
But Chris is...
What is it?
Maybe it's Chris. Now, Jill, can you go?
I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know.
Okay, let me handle this. Stay alert!
So when you choose Jill rather than Chris, the whole start or beginning of the game here is a lot easier in that Barry's with you, whereas with Chris, you have nobody with you, and Jill also will start with a handgun, whereas Chris only has a knife. There's actually another cutscene that you can enable here if you go back to the main hall where Wesker's at. You can actually make it so that you don't even have to engage that first zombie that you come across in the mansion that's eating Kenneth's body. You would get a different cutscene instead of the one here with Barry.
What? What is this?
I hope it's not
What
Chris's
is it?
blood.
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
You enable that by going back to where Wesker is at in the main hall twice, and then you'll get that cutscene. But if you do that, then you wouldn't be able to get the 2 handgun magazines that are on Kenneth's body, because his body will actually be eaten. So Barry's, yeah, he's investigating this. There's also a shield emblem right here on the wall that you can pick up, but I would leave it because you actually don't need that yet. If you notice my inventory menu, so like I said, this is New Game Plus. So if you're playing like the PlayStation 1 version on like the PlayStation Store or something, or on an emulator, then obviously you wouldn't have Ingram submachine gun or closet key in your inventory like me. I've read all kinds of different time limits for unlocking this weapon, like 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. But I know people have taken 4 or 5 hours to complete the game and they will still unlock it on the PC version. So there doesn't seem to be a time limit. I'll just go ahead and put these 2 items in the item box. Although I could show you guys the costumes you can unlock, but I'm not going to use the submachine gun. This grandfather clock right there that has an item in it, and that's what you use that emblem for right here. You actually swap it out with the gold emblem right there, and that will move that grandfather clock, and you'll get an item from there. But since we can't get to that room yet, you want to leave that emblem right there for now. So really, right now, the only way to go is out here through this door and into this hallway. Those other doors in this hallway are all locked, so we can't go through there. This is where the game will introduce us to the first enemy of the game right here. And if you do confront the zombie here, you don't necessarily have to spend any ammo or your knife in order to kill it, because Barry will kill it for you anyways. So what I usually do is just collect the magazines and leave right here. If you interact with Kenneth's body here, you can pick up 2 handgun magazines. Slicker. Grab these 2 handgun magazines right here. Once you grab those 2, you can run out of here.
Barry?
What is it?
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this. What is it?
Kenneth was killed too. Maybe by this creature. Anyway, let's report this to Wesker.
Like you just noticed right there, Barry shoots that zombie regardless, so you don't have to spend any kind of ammunition on that zombie. I wouldn't spend any ammunition on it anyways, and I'm in fine status even though I got hit once anyways, and this is on the harder difficulty because this is on New Game Plus now of the PC version.
Wesker! Help me look for him, Jill. And don't leave this hall for the time being.
I will do a walkthrough of, there's an even harder version, which is the arranged mode on the director's cut of the PlayStation 1 version. That one has a shitload of enemies in it. And for me, at least, I think, the arranged mode for the director's cut is a lot harder than the regular, PlayStation version or the PC version. When Barry asks you to look for Wesker, all you have to do is just run behind the stairs right there, and then you'll get this cutscene right here with Barry.
Out at all.
Beats me, too.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay? And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Thanks. Maybe I'll need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall.
If you're not familiar with Resident Evil 1, the 1996 version, when Barry gives you the lockpick, what it does is it basically replaces the sword key from Chris's side of the story. When you play as Chris, you actually have to pick up the sword key, which will unlock certain rooms in the mansion, and the lockpick that Barry gives you unlocks the same rooms as the sword key, pretty much. And it also unlocks the desks that have items in them, such as shotgun shells. Chris has to collect small keys to unlock those. That's pretty much what that lockpick unlocks that Barry just gave us right there. Now, I'll make my way over to the typewriter over here. This is where you would normally save your game. You only get a limited amount of saves on here. And in PlayStation version, you would use ink ribbons, but on the PC version, when you first play as Jill, these won't be here, the ink ribbons. Because like I mentioned before, it's the Japanese version, which is an easier version. And by version, I just mean the Japanese version of the difficulty level, not the actual game that has the menus written in Japanese. Although Resident Evil 2 and 3 Source Next versions are actually Japanese, not just the difficulty level. The PC version, like the international PC version, used the difficulty level from the Japanese version of the game rather than the US version. That's why. And so that's why I'm doing this walkthrough in New Game Plus, which is a harder difficulty than regular New Game. Alright, with that out of the way now, and I think I explained that twice now in this walkthrough. But anyway, our first objective is to get access to the armor key, which is the first key that we'll need to open the doors and get the crests. In order to get the armor key, we need a herbicide in order to get past a plant, and that herbicide is located in the east section of the mansion in a save room. We can also get the shotgun weapon, also located on the east side of the mansion. Although you can also pick up the grenade launcher right now as well, but if you do that on the second floor, then you'll get a different cutscene with Barry giving you Forrest's grenade launcher. If you get that cutscene though with Barry giving you Forrest's grenade launcher, then he won't save you from the trap that's guarding the shotgun, so you wouldn't be able to grab the shotgun early. You would have to go get a broken shotgun and replace the regular shotgun with the broken shotgun. The other thing too is that you also wouldn't get the acid rounds that Barry gives you in a cutscene if you pick up the grenade launcher first and get the cutscene with Barry over by Forrest's body. So as we make our way through the east side of the mansion towards the herbicide, in this first room we can actually get a map of the first floor. It's located up here, up on this statue. What you need to do is push these stairs over here up against the statue, and then we'll be able to climb up the stairs and grab the map up here. There's movable objects throughout the game that we'll be able to push in order to access areas. Even that cabinet behind me right there, that like drawer cabinet, can be moved. And that's a game mechanic that you'll see throughout most of the Resident Evil games. Then you can go to your map right here. There's the first floor map. The second floor map is actually separate from the first floor map, so that's another map that you can pick up. And as you would expect, the second floor map is actually located on the second floor if you want to grab it. Now, behind this cabinet over here that you could push, speaking of pushing objects, we can go back here, and the only items back there are ink ribbons if you need them. Unless it's your first playthrough as Jill, then you probably won't be using any ink ribbons anyway. I won't be picking up any ink ribbons because I'll be unlocking the infinite rocket launcher, and the criteria for picking up the infinite rocket launcher is only that you not save the game at all, not even once. Like the bonus machine gun weapons, there's no time limit for getting the infinite rocket launcher here, so you could take as much time as you want. You could take 5-6 hours, you'll still unlock it. Unlike future Resident Evils like Resident Evil 2, which has like a lot stricter criteria for the bonus weapons. There is also a third bonus weapon that you can unlock in Resident Evil 1, which is an infinite magnum, but that is unlocked in the advanced mode. Those are the only two items in this room, so we can just go into the next room here. We just used the lockpick right there on that door. If you were playing as Chris, which I will do a walkthrough of as well, you would have to use the sword key to unlock that door rather than using the lockpick. And here we will confront the first zombie dogs of the game. So you want to have your pistol equipped, preferably. I almost never use the knife in this game. It's complete ass, and I always take damage trying to use it. If you try to knife the zombie's legs, I was gonna say it's not too bad at doing that. I've never tried to use the knife for more than taking 1 or 2 zombies out. It's Chris. And even that, it was fucking horrible. Almost every time that I used it, I got grabbed by the zombies. As you make your way around the corner here, there'll be another zombie dog that will bust out through another window over here. And the thing about these enemies is, if you notice, I only shoot at them when they stand up. Once you hit them with a bullet and they hit the ground, then you're unable to keep shooting at them when they're down on the ground like that. I mean, you won't hit them with any shots fired if you try to shoot at them while they're laying on the ground. So you have to wait until they get back up before you shoot at them again. There's some handgun bullets behind this shelf over here. We now have plenty of handgun bullets, though. I'm just gonna put the knife away in the item box. I really don't have any practice using the knife at all in this game. Although I am aware of the fact that you can time your knife strikes so that you don't get hit by the zombies by checking the distance between your shadow that's on the ground. Notice Jill's shadow there on the ground. And then if you gauge the distance to the zombie's shadow on the ground, then you can gauge when you need to strike with your knife and when you need to back up. Of course, that's only going to work so long as the camera allows you to see your shadow, because that depends on the camera angle too. This door right here requires the armor key. There's actually several doors over here on the east side of the mansion that are going to require the armor key, which we don't have right now. And by the way, there's a green herb right there. I'm not going to collect it. I don't necessarily need to. Actually, what I need to do is drop off all these items here, which on normal playthrough you wouldn't need to do. In this room right here, there's actually nothing in here, so you could just avoid this room, but I'll just show you guys what it looks like. In the advanced mode, on the director's cut, if you're playing the PlayStation advanced mode, there's actually some handgun ammo right here. And you get a cutscene with like a zombie. She looks in the mirror and there's like a zombie behind her, which I believe they used in the remake as well, the GameCube remake version. We're getting close to our objective here, which is to get the Herbicide, to get the armor key. But as we make our way over there, we can pick up the shotgun over here along the way. It's actually in a room right around the corner here. And like I mentioned before, you can pick it up now and get a cutscene, a different set of cutscenes than you would had you picked up the grenade launcher first and got a cutscene with Barry and Forrest over there. This will make it so that we get a cutscene with Barry saving us from the trap ceiling room, and also a cutscene where he will give us extra acid rounds that we would normally not get if we don't get the shotgun first. Of course, playing as Chris, none of that is optional, and you would have to go to the other side of the mansion in order to get the broken shotgun and place it on the rack over here and replace it with the regular shotgun. Yeah, if you notice when I pull this shotgun off the rack here, it'll go up like this. This is actually a trap right here, and normally you would need to get another shotgun, a broken shotgun, and place it here in order to get through the room without activating the trap. You can get an extra cutscene if you do pick up the shotgun here. To get the cutscene, all you need to do is wait at the door here for Barry to come after you've grabbed the shotgun. And the consequences of these choices actually extend out to the guardhouse as well. If Barry gives you the grenade launcher instead of rescuing you from the shotgun trap, then he won't save you from Plant 42 in the guardhouse, and You would have to either make the V-Jolt or just fight Plant 42 twice.
Door won't open. Quick!
Hurry! This way!
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life. But Barry, didn't you say you're going back to the dining room to do some research? Why on earth are you here?
I just had something I wanted to check. Now, let's get back to searching for the lost captain and Chris, shall we?
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah.
So if you do grab the regular shotgun and have Barry save you from the trap, then it just makes things a bit easier through here just because he gives you the acid rounds and he also saves you from Plant 42. And you don't have to make the V-Jolt. So you would preferably want to grab the shotgun early. I'm not going to use the shotgun here yet, though, since I still have plenty of ammunition for the handgun here. I'll use the shotgun later when we pick up some more ammo for it. I'll probably end up using the shotgun throughout most of the game later, though, since you get a lot more ammunition for the shotgun later on in the game. That door off to Jill's right there, well, one of them will lead to the save room where we need to get the herbicide. That second door right there requires the helmet key in order to open, which is a key that we won't get until we leave the mansion and go to the guardhouse where that key's located. So we won't be able to access that door for a while. We can come into this room, though, which is unlocked. We don't need a key for this room, and it actually contains one of the 4 crests needed. What you need to do is hit the switch of the paintings from youngest to oldest. So we had a baby right here when you first come in, and then the next one right here was of an infant. Right here, there's the lively boy. The next one right here is going to be the middle-aged man, or I mean the young man. And then there's going to be a middle-aged man around on this other side of the wall right here. This is a pretty simple puzzle that's self-explanatory, and obviously the last one is going to be the oldest one, which is like an old man on the other side over here. Once you've hit the buttons in order, then you could come to this last painting over here on the end of the wall. And once you hit that button, then it will reveal the crest for you. If you didn't do them in the correct order or got any wrong, then these crows will actually attack you in this room. Alright, with this crest in hand, now we can head out, and actually I could show you where all the crests go since it's like right around the corner out here. We just need to go straight down this way and through this door right over here. This is the corridor that leads into the next area, to the guardhouse area and like the underground area and stuff away from the mansion. There's also gonna be a dog right there that we can take out. And this is where you'll want to put all 4 crests once you have them. You would put them over here in these 4 receptacles right here. And it would open this door right here that's locked. And this is the area right here. When the sun sets in the west and the moon rises in the east, stars will begin to appear in the sky and wind will blow towards the ground. Then the gate of new life will open. And this is where you need to put those 4 crests right here. The other 3 crests that we need are the Wind Crest, Sun Crest, and Moon Crest. 2 of the crests are on the floor above me. And then the third one is on the other side of the mansion on the east side. Like I mentioned a minute ago, we won't be able to get this one open until a lot later in the game. It's locked. As you can see, you need a helmet key actually for that door. That's actually why we need to go to the guardhouse, is to ultimately get the helmet key from that guardhouse, and then we will come back to the mansion. When we come back to the mansion, actually, that's when the hunters, new type of enemy, will appear in the mansion. And they're a very annoying enemy. That's probably the most pain in the ass enemy in the game to have to fight, but as Jill, it's not too bad because you have the grenade launcher. It's a bit more of a pain in the ass with Chris because you have to use the shotgun. That helmet key that I just mentioned, though, it also gives us access to the Magnum when we come back to the mansion, which definitely helps. Anyways, so right here is the... Actually, I don't have room for it right now. I need to drop off some items, but this is the chemical right here that will give us access to the armor key. So I will go ahead and drop this off. I won't be using that. I'll make a separate video with like all the different weapons from the game. And then I'll show you guys that weapon, but you'll notice there's a couple handgun bullet magazines in the item box that you'll want to grab in here. Go ahead and drop off the knife as well. I won't need the closet key right now. And then I won't need first aid spray. And actually, I won't be using the shotgun right now either. Won't need this herb either. I'll just go ahead and combine all these magazines right here. I have plenty of ammo here. If you just noticed right there, I reloaded the handgun without the handgun being totally empty, which you can do if you get the Rebirth mod for the PC version of Resident Evil. And another thing this mod allows you to do is it adds a quick turn as well from, like, I believe they added the quick turn in Resident Evil 3 was the first time, but you're able to use it here now as well. And that Rebirth mod is compatible with the PC version that's for sale on Good Old Games. Anyways, now we can leave the save room. Oh yeah, by the way, I won't be saving the game, but I believe there's some ink ribbons here. It's an old typewriter, I'm not sure. If I had... Oh, okay, I guess there aren't any ink ribbons here, I can't remember, but I'm not going to be saving anyways. So now we need to head over to the east side of the mansion, and I'm going to head upstairs to get to the east side because actually the door that we need to go through anyways is going to be on the second floor. And we'll clear out the second floor of enemies as well as we go up here. Now, as we make our way up here to the second floor, you'll notice once you get up here that you're going to be trapped between two zombies up here, one on the left and one on the right. And if you don't start shooting at one of them fast enough, then they'll close in on you and you'll get grabbed before you're able to move out of the way. So you want to fire on one ASAP, and then once that one goes down, you want to move in that direction over there. As you noticed right there, that zombie got up. If they don't have a pool of blood around them when they go down, then they'll stand back up. They'll get back up, and you'll have to finish them off. So this is another door right here that requires the armor key, which we'll be getting here. There's also a door down here where you will be able to get the second floor map, but you would need to get the lighter, which is behind this door here, so there's no point in going over there right now anyways. I mean, normally you won't even need to access that room regardless, because if you're familiar with the layout of everything, you wouldn't even need to collect that map, but like I mentioned, since this is like a 100% complete walkthrough, I would be showing you guys where all the items and everything is in the game. Speaking of which, there's also some writing on the wall here. Somebody wrote this with blood. I can't breathe, save me from this pain. Then we're gonna go ahead and go through the door here, which we will unlock. If If you try coming through here through the other side, like through the second floor main hall, then you wouldn't be able to get through because it's locked on the other side. And we're gonna have... Aw, you motherfuck. Alright. Yeah, I got grabbed right there. Although that is one way that you can kill the zombies easily, but if you notice, I'm already in orange caution because of that. If you happen to be low on ammo or have 0 ammo, you can also kill the zombies easily by kicking them in the head if you go up to them while they're down on the ground like that. Although you do take damage doing that. This room is optional as well. There's no key items or any ammo or anything like that in this room, but it does have a file in here that goes over how to use the health items in the game. Sort of like a game manual, I guess you'd say. Botany Book about medicinal herbs. As you may know, there are many plants that have medical effects since ancient times. Humans have been healing wounds and diseases using various plants. In this book, we're going to sample 3 herbs that grow around the Raccoon Mountains and give their outlines as examples of those plants with medical properties. Each herb has different colors and different effects as medical plants. The green one recovers physical strength. I thought the green one makes you space out. The blue one neutralizes natural toxins, while the red herb does not have any effect by itself. The red herb is only effective when it is mixed with other herbs. For example, if you mix this herb with the herb that recovers physical strength, the recovery effect will be tripled. By adjusting the amount and experimenting with these 3 herbs, you can create various kinds of medicines, but I'll leave the details in your hands because that's the best way to acquire true knowledge. If you're not familiar with the herbs in the game, a red and green herb restores your health fully. Regular green herb just by itself just heals about 1/3 of your health, so 2 green herbs heal about 2/3 of your health. And then 3 green herbs mixed together will get you really high. No, I'm just kidding. 3 green herbs will do the same thing as a red-green herb. They heal your health fully. See, that's why Wesker is always wearing sunglasses inside the mansion, because his eyes are red. And then you could come over here to this door and unlock this door right here, since it is locked from the other side right there. And then we'll go ahead and go through again this way. Now we're gonna head all the way back to like the main, what do you call it? The main area where we first entered the mansion. I guess you would call that like a main hall or like foyer or something. This is another door right here that requires the armor key. It also has a crest, one of the crests in it, in there. We'll take out this zombie right here. If you notice, most of these zombies, when they end up on the ground like that, usually you'll have to follow up with some more shots. Or if you have the knife, that is, I guess, one good thing about the knife. If you want to save ammo, what you can do is, after shooting the zombie, and once they fall to the ground like that, you can finish them off with the knife like that. Although sometimes they can still get up even after you try slicing them on the ground. This is another door right there that requires the armor key right there. Actually, that area requires 2 keys. Oh, and here's the cutscene with the acid rounds right here, by the way. Barry will give us some acid rounds. And like I mentioned before, you won't get this cutscene if you get the cutscene of Barry giving you Forrest's grenade launcher.
This hall is dangerous. Maybe it's better to secure our escape route first. There must be a back door somewhere. Let's try to find it first, shall we?
Okay, let's separate again.
Just a moment. I found something.
What is it?
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you.
But how about you, Barry?
I have this.
Thank you. I'll take this then.
Technically, this is ammunition, not a weapon. Alright, so here we get the acid rounds. Damn, I'm already in orange caution. That's embarrassing. Like I mentioned before a couple times about that cutscene with Barry and the grenade launcher, this is the room, well, I don't know if you would call it a room or balcony or whatever, patio, that has the grenade launcher in it right here. This is the area. So we'll come out here. And there's the grenade launcher. Those acid rounds that Barry gave us, these acid rounds go to the grenade launcher, by the way, which you don't get this weapon as Chris if you're not familiar with Resident Evil 1. Or if you haven't played as Chris in Resident Evil 1, you won't get this weapon as Chris. Only Jill gets the grenade launcher. Now, if you go up to Forrest, if you observe his body, there's really no reason to. Unlike Kenneth, he doesn't have any handgun bullets on him, but what it will do is it will spawn a bunch of crows. I mean, I guess I'll do it just because this is a walkthrough, just to... Might as well show you guys what it does, but normally when you're playing the game, you don't want to do this, because they'll spawn all these assholes right here, so we'll have to run out of here. There's no reason to come back into this room anyway, though. So now we have the grenade launcher, and that's one of the reasons that I dropped off the shotgun, although really what I want to do is use up all this ammo that I've collected for the handgun. I mean, you end up picking up the grenade launcher anyway, so if you do end up running out of ammo for the handgun, you'd still have the grenade launcher. And another thing, too, I want to mention about the grenade launcher right now is... if you've played any of the other Resident Evil games, you'll know that you can change the ammo here. But in Resident Evil 1, actually you can't. If I try to put the acid rounds in here, it won't let me. You actually have to use up all the ammo in here first before you could swap out the different ammo types, which they changed later in like Resident Evil 2 and 3. I wanted to mention that just for the fact that when you fight a boss coming up, which is the giant snake named Yawn, the acid rounds work really well against him. So if you would like to, you can use up regular grenade rounds right there on like some zombies. If you want to load it with the acid rounds for the snake fight. I wasn't trying to do that on purpose, mock Yawn by sounding like a snake when I said that. I really don't care too much. I'll just use the regular grenade rounds on him. It's kind of a waste to use the regular grenade rounds for me on regular zombies, but if you prefer it, I don't think it makes that much of a difference, because usually when I get to the laboratory area, which is the last area of this game, I go into that area with a bunch of grenade rounds anyways, and I just end up using the Magnum too. But I mean, if you don't care too much about saving the grenade rounds, then there's quite a good amount of grenade rounds that you get in the game. I would say like over 24 maybe. I left the other zombie alive just for the simple fact that it's easy to avoid that one zombie because of this second floor area makes a big circle, so you could just run around the opposite side from where that zombie is and you don't have to waste the ammunition on him. I mean, if you want, you can take that zombie out, but I usually leave him alive. Obviously, you guys noticed that I knocked over that statue right there, by the way, and that statue contains a jewel that we need to get one of the crests. That's why I knocked it over. We'll be able to get that jewel soon, the blue one that's on that broken statue that fell over. But I'm trying to conserve my ammunition here. That's why I didn't kill this zombie, because over on the west side of the mansion over here, there's going to be zombies in pretty much every corridor, like 2 or 3 zombies. Yeah, see, there's 2 zombies in here, and then I believe the hallway below us has like 3 zombies in it. By the way, when you play as Chris, I believe there's like 3 zombies in this area, or the advanced mode also for Jill's version as well, when you're playing as Jill, but when you're playing the Director's Cut advanced mode, I think there's like 3. I mean, there's always a shitload of enemies in that advanced mode anyways. This door right here requires a helmet key. This other door right here, you'll notice there's a keypad. That requires a keypad or a code that actually you can't even pick up anywhere in the game other than through a cutscene with Barry, which is an optional cutscene that you get that I'll go over later. Anyways, we'll make our way down here, down these stairs right here. There's gonna be some more zombies in this area right here in this hallway. Take these guys out right here. Alright. And there's another one. There's actually 3 zombies in this area here. There's gonna be one over here by the door. Right here. Now that door right there, that's a save room, and it's really, let me see, I got the chemical on me. It's not necessary to go in that door. I'm running kind of low on ammo here, fuck. This is not good. Yeah, there's an ink ribbon in there. If you want to save your game, you can also save your game. Again, I'm not gonna save my game just for the fact that I'm gonna unlock the rocket launcher. Oh, yeah, there's another zombie here. I forgot. Actually, let me reset him here, because usually I don't kill that zombie either. I run around him. Actually, I'll go in here just to show you guys what's in here. Anyways, but yeah, there's the item box. And oh, I guess I could pick up the shotgun too. Yeah, there's some ink ribbons on this bed right here, if you notice, right there, that you can pick up. Again, if you're like playing the PlayStation version, you can pick those up. Or New Game Plus on here. And there's some serums right here. You won't need this until later, until after the boss fight with the giant snake. If you do get bit by him, you would have to come here. If Barry doesn't carry you over here, that's another thing too. Barry carries you to this room right here. If you picked up the shotgun early and you got the cutscene with the acid rounds, he won't carry you over here though. Had you got the cutscene where he gives you Forrest's grenade launcher, that's another thing I forgot to mention. If you do get bit by the snake, you would have to come all the way to this room. Pretty similar to what you have to do in Chris's campaign as Rebecca. Anyway, what was I gonna do? I might as well drop... Yeah, I'll just pick up the shotgun. I don't need the grenade launcher now. Luckily, there's no time limit to unlock that infinite rocket launcher. I should have already had this all planned out, actually, but since I've played this game like 100 times... Yeah, I'll grab the shotgun here. You actually pick up some shotgun shells coming up here anyway, so might as well grab the shotgun. Actually, I might as well kill this guy since I have the shotgun anyways. Usually I don't even shoot the zombie because it's easy to get around him. And then later on when you come back to the mansion, it doesn't even matter because the zombies get replaced by hunters. So won't even matter anyway if you leave some of them alive or not. It came out. How many rounds do I have left? 3. Believe there's. Is there a zombie over here? No, there isn't. Could have swore there's 3 zombies. Maybe I'm thinking Chris's campaign. I'll have to look at the PlayStation 1 version of Jill's campaign again. Maybe this is a little bit different than the... Anyways, so we'll come into this room right here. This is where we use the herbicide that we've been carrying around so that we can get past this plant right here and get the armor key that's on the other side of the room. And there's also a bunch of herbs right here, if you notice, that you can pick up. I would advise leaving some for later because you actually make your way through here later on. When you make your way through here a second time, it will be more difficult because, like I mentioned, there's going to be hunters in the hallways, and you stand a good chance of taking damage from the hunters. So I would advise leaving a couple here for when you come back through here. I'll leave a couple. I'll leave like a green and red herb here for when I come through. I might need them for when I come through here again. So there's the armor key right here, like I mentioned, and this will give us access to several doors that have crests in them. The armor key unlocks 6 doors in the mansion, 3 doors on the first floor and 3 doors on the second floor. The rooms on the first floor don't contain anything really important. One of them does contain the broken shotgun, though, if you haven't picked up the shotgun yet. And then one of the other rooms has the room for the closet key in it, if you have the closet key on you. But the rooms on the second floor, on the other hand, other than the lighter, contain key items. One of those rooms will contain the sun crest, and then a second room will contain the moon crest, but that room also requires a second key to get to, which is the shield key. Combine these 2 and these 2, and I'll go ahead and use this one. Go ahead and drop these herbs off. I'll save these for like a boss fight. I've pretty much cleared this whole west side of the mansion of enemies. Alright, so now we can unlock this door right here, which was also locked by the armor key. If you had tried to open that door, that's why I went past that door just a minute ago, because I wasn't able to unlock it. But now we have the armor key, we can unlock that door. There's some more handgun ammo right here. And more importantly, there's a broken shotgun right here, which you would need to get if you were to get the cutscene of Barry giving you Forrest's grenade launcher. You would have to come here and get this since he won't save you from that room with the trapped ceiling. You would need to get that broken shotgun. Or alternatively, I mean, you don't even have to go up there to get the grenade launcher. You can just come here, grab the broken shotgun, and head over to that side of the mansion and put the broken shotgun in there before you even get the grenade launcher. Anyways, it doesn't matter what order you do those in, just as long as you don't pick up that shotgun first, and then you would still get the cutscene with Barry giving you Force grenade launcher. So we're gonna go ahead and use the lockpick here and open this desk, which I mentioned earlier. Chris would have to pick up small keys in order to get access into these discs right here that contain ammunition, like these shotgun shells. So that's one of the advantages of playing as Jill in Resident Evil 1 over Chris is that she has the lockpick, so she doesn't need to find extra keys like for those desks right there. Let me see, I got 3 bullets. Might as well use those up. Oh, wow. Actually, those 3 bullets right there drop that zombie. Oh, I do have that magazine right there. Actually, I could just reload. Alright. When we pick up that blue jewel from that statue out there that I knocked over, where you need to use it would be through that door right there, so I'm not going to go through that door right now. You could just skip that door for the time being until you get that blue jewel. It is unlocked though, you don't need any kind of key to unlock that door. Then we'll come in here, there's more handgun ammo in here as well. There's also another file right here on the desk. The thing is, when you go to read this file right here, it will reveal a zombie from that closet right there. So just to let you know, you'll want to start shooting at that zombie as soon as it breaks through those doors. Otherwise, you won't have enough time to shoot it before it grabs you. I mean, it's not really necessary that you need to read this document right here. It doesn't have any kind of code or anything in it. But what you do get is some shotgun shells if you do activate that zombie. You can't open this door any other way other than letting this zombie break through here. Anyways, yeah, then you can come back here and read the Keeper's Diary. May 9th, 1998, at night we played poker with Scott the guard, Elias, and Steve the researcher. Steve was really lucky, but I think he was cheating. What a scumbag. May 10th, 1998. Today, a high-ranking researcher asked me to take care of a new monster. What the fuck? It looks like a gorilla without any skin. They told me to feed them live food. When I threw in a pig, they were playing with it, tearing off the pig's legs and pulling out the guts before they actually ate it. Nasty. May 11th, 1998. Around 5 o'clock this morning, Scott came in and woke me up suddenly. He was wearing a protection suit that looks like a spacesuit. He told me to put one on as well. I heard there was an accident in the basement lab. It's no wonder those researchers never rest, even at night. May 12th, 1998. I've been wearing this annoying spacesuit, what the fuck, since yesterday. My skin grows musty and feels very itchy. By way of revenge, I didn't feed those dogs today. Now I feel better. May 13th, 1998. I went to the medical room because my back is all swollen and feels itchy. They put a big bandage on my back, and the doctor told me I did not need to wear the spacesuit anymore. What the fuck? I guess I can sleep well tonight. Isn't that just a hazmat suit? This guy doesn't know what a hazmat suit is, and he works in the lab. May 14th, 1998. When I woke up this morning, I found another blister on my foot. It was annoying, and I ended up dragging my foot as I went to the dog's pen. They have been quiet since morning, which is very unusual. I found that some of them had escaped. Oh, that's good. I'll be in real trouble if the higher-ups find out. May 15th, 1998. Even though I didn't feel well, I decided to go to see Nancy. It's my first day off in a long time, but I was stopped by the guard on the way out. They say the company has ordered that no one leave the grounds. I can't even make a phone call. What kind of joke is this? May 16th, 1998. I heard a researcher who tried to escape from this mansion was shot last night. My entire body feels burning and itchy at night. When I was scratching the swelling on my arm, a lump of rotten flesh dropped off. What the hell is happening to me? May 19th, 1998. Fever gone, but itchy. Hungry and eat doggy food. Itchy Scott came. Ugly face, so killed him. Tasty. Nasty. 4 itchy tasty. Alright. Keeper's diary filed. Itchy tasty. Itchy tasty. Again, yeah, that's totally optional. Really, the only advantage of doing that is getting those shotgun shells right there. So now we will make our way out into this hallway here where we first started the game. This is where we saw the first zombie of the game right here, and where we grabbed those handgun magazines off Kenneth's body right there. So now that we have the lockpick, we can actually come down here to this door and unlock it using that lockpick, or as Chris, you would unlock this door with the sword key. That's why when I first entered this hallway at the beginning of the game, I didn't even bother unlocking this door because we didn't have the lockpick at the time. And then this door over here doesn't have any kind of key that you can collect in order to unlock it. You have to unlock it from the other side. This door, though, you can unlock it with lockpick. And when we come into this room here, we can actually get one of the crests here. Oh, speaking of which, I need to grab that emblem. You'll want to grab that emblem that I mentioned earlier above the fireplace, actually, before you head into that room. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll also grab that blue jewel as well. The emblems could be right here. How much space do I have? Oh, I still have the armor key too. Oh, I should have dropped off these herbs. I forgot to drop off the herbs. Damn. I'll go ahead and drop those off. Normally you would have wanted to drop off those herbs. Or you don't necessarily need to bring them with you. Yeah, see? You want to have one spot open here for the other emblem. I messed up. Alright, I'm gonna drop some of these items off here. Although that item box isn't too far from here, and I've pretty much cleared out everything here of enemies. I don't think it was even necessary for me to bring the shotgun here. Yeah, I still have a good amount of ammo. I could go ahead and drop off the shotgun, actually. Don't really need it at the moment. And then these herbs as well. Let me see if everything's organized. I'll move the first aid spray down here. I just want to keep all the health items together. And then all the weapons together right there. And then, yeah, all the key items together. I'll need this and this. So now we'll go ahead and use that blue jewel in that statue over here. The tiger statue. This will give us one of the crests. And then that emblem will give us another crest, so we'll only need one more crest after this. And that last crest is actually behind a door that requires the shield key, and we're going to get the shield key here in a second. Shield key is actually behind that grandfather clock. This is also where the magnum's located. If you put the other jewel in, the red jewel, into the other tiger eye. Make our way down here. So we have 2 more crests to get now. Well, and then the other crest is in a room that requires the armor key up there on the 2nd floor. It's over by where you use the shield key to get the other crest too. So we'll come over here. What you want to do, what you just noticed right there is I pushed. What you just noticed right there is I pushed this shelf right here in order to access that music score right here. And you will need this music score. The title is Moonlight Sonata. You'll need this music score in order to use it on the piano in order to reveal a hidden room that you'll need to use this emblem on right here. That's why I collected that emblem. And that emblem will allow us to swap it out for another emblem, which will give us access to the shield key. By the way, if you're playing as Chris actually can't play the piano, so when you pick up this music score, you have to have Rebecca do it. And it actually takes her a while to do that too, so you have to wait for her to accurately play that Moonlight Sonata. When you play as Chris, you want to come over here and have Rebecca play on the piano like ASAP before you go and grab the other crests, just because it takes her a while to get this door open. So right here, if you notice, I swapped out the 2 crests. I grabbed that gold crest, which closed that door, and then I swapped it out for that wooden crest. That's why you want to collect that wooden crest right there, so the door opens back up, and then once you collect that gold crest, you can make your way back out to that dining hall area over here. Right here, and then put it above the fireplace. And like I mentioned before, this is gonna move that grandfather clock. So now we have the shield key. Since we have the shield key, we can go ahead and use the armor key up there on the 2nd floor to access that area that has the last crest in it. But actually, before we do that though, there's still a couple more rooms that we can open using the armor key. Oh, I forgot to check the key. Yeah, if you check the key, it'll actually tell you what it is. So that way when you look at the keys, it'll say like shield key or armor key right there. I'll go ahead and use the armor key right here on this door. This whole area right here that I just opened up with the armor key is purely optional. You don't have to come in here to grab any of the items in here, but you will get some more ammo for both the handgun and the shotgun as well. Take out the zombie here. This is also where you... Ooh, I forgot about the closet key. This is also where you use the closet key. This desk is locked. Will you use the lockpick? Yes. And there's some shotgun shells in this desk right here. I totally forgot I had the closet key too. The closet key is through that door right there. Fuck. I'll just have to go back and get the closet key then. Alright. So that door back there, that's where you would use that closet key. Once you get the closet key closet key from beating the game with the best ending. In order to get the best ending, actually forgot to mention the endings in this game. There's 4 different endings you get in this game. And in order to get the closet key, which allows you to unlock other outfits for either Jill or Crest, depending on who you're playing as. The PC versions actually have 2 different outfits for each character, whereas the PlayStation versions only have 1 outfit for Jill or 1 outfit for Chris. And in order to get the closet key, which I just got, actually, I'm just going to skip the video ahead back to that room where you use the closet key that I was just in. So what you need to do in order to get the closet key is get the best ending, which means you need to have both Barry and Chris be alive at the end of the game. And in order to make that happen, I'll just shoot the zombie since I have plenty of ammo. Damn! How many rounds? But yeah, that zombie's easily avoidable. There's also some ink ribbon right there, and well, obviously you can see the green herbs right there, but this is where you use that special key right here. Then I could just throw it away. Then we'll be able to see Jill's other outfits here. In order for both of them to be alive, you need to make the correct decisions in the game. Well, for Barry, pretty much. For Chris, it's a matter of locating 3 different MO discs. One of them's in the mansion, whereas the second one's in the underground area, and the last one in the laboratory. If you don't collect those 3 MO discs, you won't be able to unlock the prison cell that Chris is being held in towards the end of the game in the laboratory. And then in order for Barry to be alive at the end of the game, you need to choose the correct decisions that you make with him in the cutscenes that you get with him during the game. We actually haven't come across any of those yet. The cutscenes and decisions that we made earlier, like with getting either the shotgun or grenade launcher first, or any of those cutscenes, really have no effect on whether he lives or dies or anything like that. I'll point out the cutscenes that actually affect whether he'll live during the game, which actually won't be until after the guardhouse. So it's not until after make your way through the guardhouse that you need to worry about making the correct decisions whether Barry will be alive or dead at the end of the game, which, like I said, I'll point out, but there's really only 2 parts. If you do get the best ending and unlock the closet key, then these are the outfits that you'll be able to unlock for the PC version of Resident Evil. There's this outfit right here, which, holy shit. I guess it's similar to Claire's outfit, kind of, in that she has those shorts over those, like, black spandex, I think it is. Although the top is different, the shorts are kind of similar to Claire's in Resident Evil 2. And her hair is different as well, if you notice. It's actually more like, actually her hair is a bit more like what it is in like Resident Evil 3 right there later on than from Resident Evil 1. And then there's another outfit. I can't remember which one of these is like the PC exclusive and which one I think you get one of these you get in the PlayStation version, but one of them you only get in the PC version. Oh yeah, this looks familiar. I think this is what you get in the PlayStation version as the other alternate outfit, since you only get one outfit like I mentioned in the PlayStation version. I believe this is it. It's just some jeans and a black top. These actually aren't all the outfits in the PlayStation version for the director's cut. If you play the arrange mode on there, Jill will have even another outfit as well on there. But yeah, those are the two different outfits that you get after unlocking the closet key. Old clothes. I hope I can go back to her original outfit. Oh, don't tell me I have to play the whole game like this now. Fuck. Different looking costume, will you change outfit? I figured if I went back to the same spot that I picked up that other outfit, I would get her old clothes back on. Shit. I don't think I can get her original. I don't want to play with these clothes. Strange looking costume. No! Fuck! No, I don't want this outfit. I'll just... I guess I'll just do this walkthrough. Fuck. I guess I'll just do this walkthrough with that red one. The one that kind of looks like Claire's. Just because I'm sure plenty of people have used that other black one just because it's like more common since it's in the PlayStation version as well. Whatever. All right. Whatever. Anyways, we'll make our way to the next room that you'll be able to unlock with the armor key since you want to unlock all the doors using the armor key. This other room's pretty optional, and it's on the first floor down here. All the doors that we have left to open using the armor key are going to be over here on the east side, starting with this door that I'm heading to right now. It's gonna have like a bunch of herbs in it if you need them. It does have quite a lot of herbs in it though. I mean, if you're struggling with the game and you need the herbs, you can unlock this door right here. If you're speed running though, you could totally avoid this area right here. And actually, when you do come over here, you'll have to end up facing off against a couple dogs that you can, either shoot or try to dodge. But if you notice, there's a ton of herbs in here, like 6 herbs. And I don't even have room for all these herbs, actually. I don't know why I came in here. I guess I'll just grab a couple here. There's another dog that's gonna spawn here. Yeah, if you do end up coming here, you probably want to have more inventory space than what I had right there. Or you could just unlock the door and keep going past it. You don't even have to go in there. But anyways, now we'll make our way up here to the next door that we can unlock with the armor key, which is going to be on the 2nd floor. All the other doors which require the armor key to unlock are going to be on the 2nd floor of the mansion over here. And actually, this next door up here, let me just drop off some of these items. This next door over here that I'm going to unlock, I do need to mention... I do want to mention something noteworthy about this next door that I'm going to unlock with the armor key, and that is that you can get an optional cutscene with Barry in this door where he rips out, well, you don't see him rip it out, but I guess he rips out a page from the Researcher's Will, which is one of the documents that you can obtain or read in the game. And you can get an optional cutscene with him ripping that out, but you only get it if you didn't get the shotgun early, he didn't give you the acid rounds. You'll get it if you do I even need this handgun anymore? I don't think I need this handgun anymore, actually. I'm gonna be fighting the snake too soon. Yawn, the giant snake. I'll pick up the shotgun shells here. Do I need the grenade launcher though? I could pick up the grenade launcher when I get the serum for Richard. I don't know if I need this key either. There's quite a few items up there in that room that I can pick up. Actually, it's not necessary for me to hold on to this crest since you need to go by the save room anyways in order to get to the room with all the crests, so I'll drop this off here. Shield key isn't necessary either. I can pick that up with the grenade launcher when I get the serum for Richard. So I'll just hold on to these items here for now. Thank God this isn't a speedrun, because this is already taking longer than it should. Luckily, there's no time requirement for unlocking the infinite rocket launcher on here, but that's not the case in the next Resident Evil 2. There's actually time requirements for unlocking some of the bonus weapons. What I was saying is you can get an optional cutscene up here with Barry, and he's holding the Researcher's Will. He'll hand it over to you, and it's missing like a page. And you can only get that if you don't pick up the shotgun early, but rather go get the broken shotgun and swap it out with the broken shotgun and make it so that Barry doesn't save you from that trapdoor room. Or conversely, you could just get that cutscene where Barry gives you Forrest's grenade launcher before you get the shotgun. Over where Forrest is at. And there's also another stipulation, which is you need to come up here to this room before you get the cutscene with Richard. You have to come here first before you talk to Richard, or you go to the room with Richard. If you do that, then you'll see Barry in here. So this is the Researcher's Will that I was talking about right here. And this page right here, this first page, would be missing. My dear Alma, the fact that you have received this letter is both a joy and a sadness for me. Ah, we're already off to a sappy start. I could not even talk to you because of that guy in the sunglasses. Alma, be calm and read this. I think that's referring to Wesker. That's why that page was torn out. Alma, be calm and read this. I think I've told you that I've moved to a pharmaceutical company's lab. They headhunted me. Last month there was an accident in the lab and the virus we were studying escaped. What the hell? How does a virus... All my colleagues who were infected by the virus are dead. To be accurate, they've become the living dead. They still wander around. Some of them are knocking on my room door. Some of them are knocking on my room door desperately right now, but there's no sign of intelligence in their eyes. That cursed virus takes away all humanity from the human brain. Love, joy, sorrow, fear, humor, eternally. And Alma, even the memories of the days I spent with you. Yes, I'm infected. I did everything I could, but I could only delay the progress by a few days. The most frightening thing is that I forget more about you by the day, so I chose a peaceful death rather than becoming the living dead. Within an hour, I will have entered my eternal sleep. I do hope you'll understand my decision. Goodbye, and forever yours, Martin Crackhorn. There's also a third outcome in regards to this file, which is if you don't come up here before you talk to Richard, like if you were to come to this room after talking to Richard, then that page would be missing regardless. It seems someone has searched here already. It always says this whether you get the cutscene with Barry or not. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and push this right here. This part is totally optional, it just gives you some grenade rounds. In the advanced mode, you actually need to do this to get like part of the moon crest, I believe. Since the moon crest is like broken into 2 pieces. One of the pieces is here. In the advanced mode for the director's cut on the PlayStation. There's also some ink ribbons right here, which I don't require, but you can pick up those ink ribbons right there if you're playing like the PS1 version. Let's see. So I got those. Oh yeah. Also, if you come over here on this side, if you want to get the second floor map, you could pick up that lighter and get the second floor map. There's also, I'm not even going to pick these up. I don't need them anymore. I don't think I'll be using the handgun, but there's handgun ammo behind that bed right there. There's also a red herb right here, which I guess I can pick up. I can combine it with one of the green herbs. When we talk to Richard here in a second, there's going to be 2 green herbs by him, and you can combine that red herb with one of those green herbs. So we'll head out here. You also will want to hold on to that lighter because you can use it to get some acid rounds right before you fight the snake, Yawn, the giant snake boss. If you want to get the second floor, map of the mansion, then this is where you will use the lighter on this fireplace right here. And then if you come up here, you can grab that map. Yeah, normally if you're like speedrunning this, then this whole part isn't even necessary. And that door right there requires the helmet key, which, like I mentioned, you won't even pick up until the end of the guardhouse area. So now we'll head over here around the corner. There's only 2 doors left that require the armor key to open, which will be up here around the corner. There's this door right here that has a room with a puzzle in it. It's more like a trap than a puzzle, really, that we have to circumnavigate around in order to get the crest in here. It's actually right there, the crest. It's kind of hard to see, but it's in that shelf right there behind some glass. Something can be seen in the showcase. And in order to grab it, you want to press this button right here, which will open it, but when you do that, these vents will release gas as well. So what you will want to do is cover these vents up with these statues right here first before you do that. And that'll give us access to that crest right there. It's like the sun crest. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and open it right here by pressing this button, red button right in the middle of the floor right there. Alright, and with that out of the way, there's only 1 crest left to get out of the 4. And this is probably the hardest crest to get just because it involves a boss fight. And it also involves getting 2 keys to get to rather than 1. This boss can be a bit difficult to hit with the grenade launcher as well. Alright, so we've used up the armor key. We've opened all the doors that require the armor key, so we don't need that anymore. And we'll go ahead and head through this door here. This is where Richard is going to be.
Richard, what happened?
Oh, Jill, this house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
You're wounded. What kind of demon attacked you?
It was a huge snake and also poisonous. Ugh.
Poisonous? Oh no. Richard, hold on.
There is serum. Oh no, I should have brought some with me.
No problem. I'll go and get it.
Thanks.
If you don't bring him the serum in time, then really the only thing you miss out on is he won't give you the radio. And if you don't get the radio, you miss out on 2 cutscenes that Jill has trying to contact Brad, the helicopter pilot, which took off at the beginning of the game. The serum also comes in handy. I mean, you could actually use it on yourself. After you get bit by Yawn, the snake, rather than having to go all the way to the serum room to get it. If you take too long bringing the serum to Brad, you'll actually have it in your inventory after you fight the snake. Actually, I should just blow away. Oh, well, whatever. I don't know if I need to blow away the zombie anyway. If it's worth the ammo. If Barry doesn't carry you back to the save room over here, which is basically if you didn't get the cutscene with him giving you the acid rounds, then he won't carry you back over here. So, I mean, you could hold on to the serum if you don't give it to Brad in time, and you could just use it on yourself. You won't have to come all the way back to this room in order to pick up a serum. So there's that. Alright, let me drop this off. The time limit is like 7 minutes from what I've seen everywhere online. If you don't get back to him... I mean, I guess there's a long-running thing in Resident Evil in 7 minutes, because 7 minutes is also what Wesker gives you in Resident Evil 5 when you fight him with Sheva or whatever. I don't know if that's like a throwback to this, but... yeah, you need to make it back over there in 7 minutes. Anyways, I should grab the, let's see, the grenade launcher. Although I'll put these grenades away because I probably won't need that many grenades. And we'll get some acid rounds. Oh yeah, and then there's green herbs up there. So this should be, I think this should be good right here. This is really all I need. Oh, and obviously the serum. That's the whole point of me coming back over here to this room anyway. We'll grab the serum for Richard. So that's the serum. Yeah, you would still have it on you if you don't make it back to him in time. And you could just use it on yourself, like I said. By the way, getting back to Richard in time has no bearing on the ending of the game, whether Chris or Barry lives, or whether you get like the good or bad ending. If you don't get back to him in time, really the only thing you miss out on is a couple cutscenes with the radio. You do eventually get the radio anyways. If you don't get it from Richard, you'll get it from Barry. There's an extra line of dialogue in one of the cutscenes later on when Barry lowers you down on a rope where he gives you the radio anyway. In the remake though, the GameCube remake that was later remastered again, if you do get back to Richard, he gives you the assault shotgun though, so they changed it up a bit and there's another shotgun that you will get.
Here's the serum. Richard, hold on. I'll give you a shot now.
Jill, here's my radio. You should.
Yeah, so there's the
keep it.
radio right there that I was talking
I'm-
about. And that'll give you 2 extra
Help!
cutscenes.
Richard!
Jill, be careful.
You also get some handgun bullets off his body as well, right here. If you examine his body the second time right there. I won't be needing them, because I won't really be using the handgun anymore throughout the game. I mean, it's not necessary. Also, there's these 2 herbs right here. But there's something else I was going to mention. Oh, yeah. You'll probably want to load your grenade launcher with acid rounds, which is going to be the best ammunition for this boss fight. There's only like 3 places in the game where you actually get acid rounds as well. One of these will require the lighter if you picked up the lighter. The other time is when Barry gives you the acid rounds in that optional cutscene. And then the third and final time is when you come back to the mansion in the save room. Barry would have dropped off some acid rounds. Alright, so go ahead and mix these 2 herbs right here. Go ahead and reload my shotgun there. Oh yeah, so I brought that lighter with me because, like I mentioned, you want to bring that lighter with you if you want to get some extra acid rounds here. There's also a zombie in this area here. And those acid rounds will be in this room here. This room is completely optional, it just has ammunition in it. Oh, I didn't even bring the shield key with me, like a dumbass. Fuck. There's also some handgun bullets right here. Damn. Knew I forgot something. Yeah, it does help if you bring the shield key with you, because there's actually another door here that requires the shield key to get to where the Crest is at. Oh yeah, by the way, there's some ink ribbons right there on the table. I got distracted talking about all that other stuff that I totally forgot that I need the shield key right here, carving of a shield. So this is the second time now in this walkthrough where I have to go back to the item box where I forgot something. Again, luckily, there's no time limit required to unlock the rocket launcher in Resident Evil 1, because I probably wouldn't be getting it at this point. Damn. So we'll head back down here and grab the shield key. Luckily, since this is the PC version, I could skip past, if you notice, I could skip all the door animation sequences, which you can't do on the PlayStation version. Although, I mean, I could just edit them out anyways later on, but whatever. Let's see. So I guess I won't be needing this now since I came back over here. Shield key right there. I'll hold on to these 2 just in case of bullshit. I'm not expecting to really take much damage from Yawn, but I mean, you never know. Because I mean, I've played through this a ton of times. And also, since this being Jill's campaign and not Chris's, I have the grenade launcher, which makes it even easier. Because if you're playing as Chris, at this point you would only have the shotgun. The only other time you would have anything better than that would be playing the advanced mode on the director's cut. You can actually pick up the Magnum. It's actually located over where the broken shotgun is located, and you could use that. But normally, as Chris, you would only have the shotgun to fight Yawn with. You wouldn't have the grenade launcher or like acid rounds or anything like that, which blows hard ass because probably take more damage from him than I do fighting the tyrant at the end. Anyways, so we'll go ahead and use this key right here. The shield key. It's useless now, so we'll go ahead and discard it. Yeah, that's really the only door that you unlock using that shield key, so it's the only door you need. Alright, so as soon as we step past this box right here, we'll get a cutscene where we have to fight the snake. Actually, yeah, let me switch to this grenade launcher first. I'll go ahead and use that on him. Although I'm not expecting to have to use the shotgun on him, since I also have 6 acid rounds to use on him as well, my aim would have to be complete. Oh, speaking of aim, I was gonna say my aim would have to be complete ass in order for me to go through 12 grenade launcher rounds on the snake boss. Alright, just another round. So you... God! Get fucked. Alright. Oh, really? Ooh, I'm in danger. Good thing I brought these herbs. This is embarrassing. Alright, so I used all my fucking grenade rounds right there. Alright. He's still taking... Okay, there we go. Oh, thankfully, fucking... He dropped from... Well, he didn't really drop, but he retreated like a little bitch from those last 2 acid rounds, because if he hadn't, that would be real embarrassing. I missed a few times. It's kind of hard to hit him, actually, with the grenade launcher rounds, just because they move through the air kind of slow. And you'll notice in my status, right there, that I've gotten poisoned, so I would either have to go get the serum, or because of the chain of cutscenes that I selected this time with Barry, because I got the shotgun early and got the acid rounds, Barry's actually going to take me to the room where the serum's located. If you got a different set of cutscenes with Barry, then you might need to go get the serum if you are poisoned like I am right now. But I did miss quite a few times with that grenade launcher. Those rounds do travel kind of slow through the air, so it is kind of hard to hit him just because he is kind of snake. He is kind of fast. I mean, it is a fucking snake, so I mean I guess that's the whole point anyways. When he's moving across the ground though, he takes his sweet ass time, but he does tend to dodge rounds from you pretty fast though, when he isn't slithering forward, which he does kind of slow though. What you can do, what I was trying to do right there, was, I mean, if you run from one side of the room to the other, it takes him quite some time to catch up to you, which is when ideally you will want to fire your weapon, because when he's like right next to you, he will attack you fairly quickly and it's hard to hit him then. Anyways, whatever. That was embarrassing performance right there.
Am I poisoned? Give me the serum.
You'll notice that Barry's going to take us back to that room where we got the serum for Richard, the same room. Is it just me, or does Jill's ass look weird in this outfit? So now we're in the west side save room over on the other side of the mansion.
Barry?
Which ideally you don't want to happen. I mean, it's not that big of a deal if you're not going for time. If you are speed running though, this, if you are going for the shortest amount of time, then you don't want to be all the way over here on this side of the mansion right now, because we have to take those crests to that door, which is on the west side of the mansion, the other side of the mansion. So ideally, you wouldn't want to get hit by Yawn at all, actually, if you can help it. Not take any damage from him or get poisoned at all. And that way, you wouldn't have to end up over in this room. But if Barry does take you over here to this room, one thing to note is that you will get full health back, so make sure you don't use any like herbs after that boss fight if Barry's going to end up taking you over here, since you'll get full health. Alright, so we are going to be heading to the guardhouse now. We only need to get the helmet key over there, and then we'll be back to the mansion. That area isn't even as big as the mansion either. Actually, I'll use the Beretta on the dogs out there. Won't be needing any green herbs. There's plenty of... Actually, there'll be plenty of herbs where we're going anyways on the way to the guardhouse. So I'll just need the crests on me, really. And like one weapon to take out the dogs, which will be the handgun. Won't need the shotgun or a grenade launcher. Actually, let me move these down here a bit. Because I want to keep my healing items and weapons all separate, like categorized. I'm used to doing this even before Resident Evil 4 came out with like the suitcase. I know everybody are OCD and have to organize their suitcase in Resident Evil 4 a certain way. Well, I'm like that with the item boxes as well. So now we need to head over to where the rest of these crests need to be inserted, which is that corridor in between the garden area and the mansion, where I put that first crest in towards the beginning of the game. I could have took the first floor, but since I'm bringing my handgun, I said I wasn't going to use the handgun again, but it's kind of a waste to use the shotgun on the dogs. Because you can decapitate the zombies with one shot from the shotgun, but you can't do that with the dogs. So with the dogs, it'll take multiple shotgun shells to take one dog out, whereas you can save your shotgun shells for zombies and just take them out with one shot to the head. So anyways, yeah, I could have took the first floor to get over there, but I left a few handgun bullet drops up here on the second floor. I'm actually gonna pick up these bullets right here that I left. It's kind of a waste to use the shotgun on the dogs, because usually it takes more than one round, just because the shotgun is good at close range, and usually you're shooting the dogs at long range, so it will take like two or so shotgun shells sometimes to take those dogs out. I mean, you could wait for them to get closer. And the other thing, too, is with the shotgun, you can always rely on it blowing off the zombies' heads with one shot. So it's a more reliable weapon to use against zombies. And it's pretty decent against the hunters. It'll take like 2 or 3 shots for hunters, depending on the distance for them. Oh, there's actually some more handgun bullets I left up here. In this room, if you remember, those handgun bullets behind the bed. I might as well grab these as well. Since the distance isn't really that much of a factor for the handgun as much as it is for the shotgun. Although distance, I think, does kind of factor into the damage for the handgun a bit. It's not as much as it is for the shotgun. Well, we're about to go into the next area of the game, the garden area that contains like the guardhouse. And this video is already going on 2 hours. Actually, I thought that I'd be finished with the whole entire game in a 3-hour video, but we only finished the first area, the mansion area, and it's already at 2 hours, so I'll just have to split up this walkthrough into different videos for different areas. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I can't believe I'm still playing this game for over 20 years now. The save room music is definitely stuck in my head. I hope this video helps you out with this game in some way. But anyways, yeah, I'll catch you guys later. You guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next area, the guardhouse area of the game. Take care.